Whoa. Welcome. I've got a chai tea here. I'm going to have a sip. Delicious. If you're here, it's because you've likely done years of inner work. You feel you have a good understanding of yourself and the knowledge you've acquired. You're likely no stranger to success on the outside, and yet you still feel a subtle sense of strain, maybe self-doubt, maybe pressure on the inside. If this resonates with you, I'm going to put the tea down, then keep watching, keep listening, as in this video, I'm going to share with you how the Tantric path can transmute impurity into power. Because Tantra doesn't say that your suffering means that you're broken. It says your suffering is a misrecognition, a forgetting of what and who you already are. Hi, my name is David William Pearce. I am an alignment consultant supporting high-functioning people at threshold moments in life when uncertainty looms, the mind loops, and everything important is asking you to move, whether that's a relationship, work, health, or direction in life. Moving on, in classical Tantra, suffering doesn't come from trauma alone. It comes from what are called the malas, the impurities of perception, not moral impurities, not flaws, but contractions of consciousness. Tantra teaches that every impurity is actually a veiled divine power. When the veil lifts, the same energy that caused suffering becomes empowerment. This is the heart of Tantric transformation. So rather than trying to fix yourself, what if you simply just needed to remember? Okay, so let's get into the impurities. The first impurity is Āṇava Mala. This is the contraction that whispers, I am not enough. It's subtle, but can be very persistent, as I've experienced myself. It can hide beneath ambition, self-improvement, even spirituality. And Tantra says that this impurity veils Īcchā Śakti, the power of sacred desire. When you forget your wholeness, desire feels desperate. But when you remember, desire becomes divine inspiration. The remembrance sounds like this. I believe I am whole exactly as I am, and my deepest desires are sacred expressions of the divine through me. Put very simply, it's the embodied belief that says, I am enough. Because when you truly believe yourself enough, you don't grasp anxiously. You give freely. So an invitation to you right now is to ask yourself, what desire have you been judging lately, instead of listening to it? Okay, the second impurity. Impurity number 2 is Māyīya Mala. It is the sense of separation. The story, I am alone. I am unsafe. I must protect myself. I must acquire resources. Tantra says this veils Kriyā Śakti, the power of direct knowing. Safety doesn't come from control. It comes from recognition, the remembrance. I believe I am inseparable from life itself, and therefore I am safe. Put very simply, it's the embodied belief that says, I am safe. Because when you truly consider yourself safe, the world becomes your playground. You begin to play with life. You begin to enjoy it. No longer grasping and acquiring, but giving freely, enjoying, playing. So an invitation to you right now is to notice how your body responds when you hear that. Not whether you agree, but whether something softens, whether something begins to shift. Okay, impurity número 3. Número 3. The impurity is Āṇava Mala. By the way, this is all Kārma Mala, Māyīya Mala, Āṇava Mala. This is Sanskrit. For more on Sanskrit, go there. This third impurity is the belief that says it's my fault and I must prove myself through action. And this is what fuels burnout, over-responsibility, and relational strain. This impurity veils Kriyā Śakti. This is the power of action. Karma being the flip of Kriya, both meaning action, but one is conditioned and conditional, that is karma, and one is free from condition, which is Kriya. This is spontaneous, aligned action. The remembrance, I believe I am the doer. I believe I am not the doer. Action flows through me in divine alignment. Put very, very simply, it is the embodied belief that says, I am grateful. Because when you truly consider yourself generous, your actions aren't conditioned or conditional, but done purely for the joy of doing that thing. So an invitation to you is to ask yourself, what if your next action came from fullness, not from pressure, but an opportunity for something to express itself through you rather than attain something externally or get a particular outcome. I know this all might sound possibly simple, although maybe challenging, because it certainly can be challenging in practice. It's one thing to understand cognitively, it's another thing to fully embody, and this is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom is embodied knowledge. Knowledge is learned, wisdom is embodied. Understanding isn't enough. It needs to really become embodied. I've come to understand this through the anthology of scars that I carry myself, the pain I've lived through in past relationships and impure actions done out of striving, wanting to avoid or acquire. These actions carry a karmic footprint, which can last decades, sometimes lifetimes. However, in Tantric teachings, it is possible to liberate oneself from our karma. And in this lifetime, these impurities don't dissolve through understanding alone. They dissolve when truth becomes paramount. When we align with truth, life becomes a reflection. As within, so without. As above, so below. And this is the essence of aligned living. Tantric conversational hypnotherapy for inner coherence. Aligned yoga for embodied truth. And integration so these shifts become lived, not just conceptual. So if something in this video resonates with you, I'd love to hear what it was. Please share in the comments which belief you're ready to release. Especially if you're in the collective, your shares are truly valued. And if you're ready to live a life aligned with love, then you can discover more in the description about alignment sessions and about joining the Aligned Living Collective. So, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. And remember, the divine is not above you. It's within you. You are the dreamer, awakening within the dream. Salut.